Labour's bitter infighting could boil over this week when its depleted parliamentary party meets at Westminster with calls for Jeremy Corbyn to go swiftly along with his top backroom advisers. As the dust began to settle on the opposition's worst general election performance since 1935, which saw its so-called red wall of seats in the Midlands and northern England crumble to a Tory surge, John McDonnell insisted, "I own this disaster." The Shadow Chancellor, who over the weekend announced he would step back from the frontbench, said, "If anyone's to blame, it's me, full stop." However, he also cited Brexit and particularly the right-wing media for having demonised Jeremy Corbyn relentlessly ahead of the party's dismal defeat. The party leader has suggested he would stay in his role for several weeks until Labour's ruling National Executive Committee sorted out a new leadership contest, but Lord McNicol, the party's former General Secretary, insisted, "Jeremy should stand down now and we should move to a caretaker leader. Go to one of the grandees from before like Harriet Harman or Hilary Benn or Yvette Cooper, bring in someone who can actually put the pressure on Boris Johnson on the Conservatives while we go through the next leadership election," added the Scot. Elsewhere, a call was made for Kerry Murphy, Mr Corbyn's Chief of Staff, and Seamus Milne, his Director of Communications, to go too. One Labour MP told the Politics Home website, "Jeremy's departure is totemic but, ultimately, irrelevant. Kerry and Seamus have had power of attorney for months, if not years. They are culpable and they need to go along with their army of acolytes. Normal service will not be resumed next week. Even the project's supine fellow travellers, who've served on the front bench or just kept their heads down, know it's crunch time. They will administer the final blows at the poppy on Tuesday night." Mr McDonnell described Labour's performance as catastrophic and accepted full responsibility. "It's on me, let's take it on the chin. I own this disaster, so I apologise to all those wonderful Labour MPs who have lost their seats and who worked so hard," he told BBC TV's Andrew Marr show. When it was suggested that selling Mr Corbyn as a potential premier was the party's main problem, the London MP insisted it was Brexit that did it and the media had done a number on Jeremy for 4 years solid, every day. But he insisted the radical left-wing policy programme he and Mr Corbyn headed in their analysis of society had been the correct one and that holds sway within the Labour Party. This point was echoed by Lord McNicol, the leader of Unite, saying all of Labour's policies were extremely popular and the party's defeat was down to Brexit. The internal strife continued with Labour's former Caroline Flint, WH. For more on this story, visit the news article link.